Hey folks, this is Cindy. Thanks so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be introducing you to the pink envelope for Patreon. I get lots and lots of requests for real-time footage here on YouTube, and it is not always feasible for me to do that. So I was trying to think of a way that I could bring that real-time footage to the folks that are interested in it and still kind of speed things up a little bit for the folks that don't care so much for real-time footage. And I felt that Patreon was probably the best way to go. Now, the sneak peek that I am sharing with you here today on YouTube, I have the full length video over on Patreon. It is absolutely free for everybody. It'll be free forever. So if you want to see how I do this project from beginning to end, you can head on over there and check that out. And I'm going to be giving you a little bit more information on what my Patreon is going to look like and what I will have to offer here in just a moment. I will have this link down below as well as over on my blog. If you'd like to head on over and check that out right now, you definitely don't have to hang out here. If you would like to see how I speed through my project here today, go ahead and hang out and I will give you the Patreon deets. But before I do that, let's talk about my project real quick. It's that time of the year that I need to start thinking about Christmas presents. Actually, let's be honest, I really should have been thinking about Christmas presents months ago, but nevertheless, it's that time of the year that I am now starting to think about Christmas presents. Last year, I did some handmade clay bowls, and I will have that video linked down below if you're interested in checking that out. This year, I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I decided that I wanted to do some art prints. I also thought that this would be an excellent kickoff for Patreon. Now, there are several ways that you could do these. However, I feel that digital stamps are definitely the way to go. With digital stamps, you can make them as big as you want. You can pretty much do anything you want with a digital stamp. I don't get to use digital stamps very often. I love them. I definitely think that they have a place in the paper crafting industry. I just simply don't get to use them very often, and I was super excited to be able to do this for Christmas presents. So I am using the Power Poppy Sunflower Power digital stamp. I used Adobe Photoshop. I have this blown up to approximately 6 3/4 inches tall, and then I constrained the proportions so everything would print out perfectly. I have this printed out on expressive blending card, and I made this pretty light because I definitely wanted to do some no-line coloring. I have more information on that over on my blog as well as over on my Patreon on how I did that and some of the details on how I printed this out specifically. So definitely go check those out. Once all of these are done, I am going to be doing several of these. I'll share that with you over the next couple of months. They do need to be done by Christmas, but I'm going to spread these out over the next couple of months for you folks. So once I have all of these colored in, I scan them, I print them out on artist quality paper, and then I'm going to frame them. Every one of these are going to be inside in an 11-inch by 14-inch frame, and then I will also mat them with an 8 by 10-inch mat. All right, so let's talk about what I will have to offer over on Patreon. I will have 3 tiers available for you. The first tier is going to be a pretty basic tier. You're going to have lifetime access to my patron-only streams. So anytime I have any news to share, sneak peeks of upcoming projects with you, all sorts of stuff like that, you're going to have complete access to that. The second tier, you will have access to 2 full-length videos a month here on YouTube. My videos go live every Friday. These will also be available on Friday over on Patreon. It will be available the first and third Friday of every month. Each video will have a real-time, fully narrated instructional footage. Depending on the size of the project, some videos will be the entire project from beginning to end in real time. Others will only have repetitive footage sped up. You will have access to my discussion board to post your project photos, share your works with a pink envelope community, ask for help on a project, give suggestions for future videos, and maybe ask for clarification. You will have lifetime access to these videos for as long as you have a paid membership. And once a month, I'm going to give a shout out over on Patreon, my Facebook, my YouTube, or even in an email newsletter for being a co-sponsor for my Patreon. I will share 2 peeps a month at a time, and I'm going to rotate as necessary. And finally, there is my 3rd tier. You get everything that you get in the 2nd tier. However, you get 4 full-length videos a month. You will have early access to those, so they will be available on Thursdays instead of Fridays. You will also have access to a PDF that has a detailed supply list for each product, bonus videos and content whenever possible. I will give 4 peeps a month a shout out, as well as 2 folks a month are going to be randomly chosen to receive one of my projects. That is it, folks. We are done. We are good to go. I have more details and links down in the description below, as well as over on my blog, as well as the pricing structure over on Patreon, along with the full-length video. I hope you enjoyed this today. If you did, hit that like button and share it with your friends. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and tap that bell so you can receive all future notifications. Thanks again so much for stopping by. Until next time.